If you're already in a reading slump this year and you need something that's short and snappy to help you get some momentum with your TBR, then I would have to recommend to you Flatland by Edwin A. Abbott. Now, this is a sci-fi book, but it's a really fun sci-fi book. Sometimes sci-fi can really bog you down because it's so high concept, and this, it's creative, but it's also really thought-provoking, and let me explain why I think you should read it. Something that always really annoyed me at school is the way that English and maths are separated, so much so, more than any other two subjects, to the point where they feel like polar opposites and you have to choose one or the other, especially when that dramatically affects what direction your life can go in. You know, are you going to do a degree in STEM? Are you going to do like a more liberal arts humanities subject degree? It's frustrating the way that people almost seem to think that you can't do both. And so any piece of media that takes both of them and combines them, love that, because it's not talked about enough. Enter Flatland, a world that has been created with all of the typical creative writing, world building that you would expect in any dystopian novel, but it also has loads of geometry in it and loads of shapes and angles, and they have a hierarchical system that is completely based off of vertices and how many sides a polygon has. And yes, love that. That's so creative. And it manages to make so many fun little points about our world when it's really just talking about shapes. Like the resistance of one square that doesn't want to conform to all the other shapes somehow says so much about our society and the problems that we face in it. How can you not love that? Of course, I am biased. I am someone who always loved maths. I think maths is amazing. If you're someone who doesn't love maths, I would still give this a go, just because it's something. It's what I would like to call like a weirdo book. Like, it's wacky enough that it's worth it for the experience, especially when it's so short. This book is under 150 pages. And so you give it one afternoon, done. When I read it, I think I preheated the oven for something. I don't remember what. It was probably a pizza. I get through a lot of pizza at uni. But I was preheating the oven, and I just sat down and read it. And then by the time my food was ready, I think I'd done it. I'd completed the book. Like, it's that much of a breeze. It's so snappy, but it's also a head scratcher. Like, you'll finish it that afternoon, but then you'll also be thinking about it for the rest of the week. You know, you'll be in bed sort of thinking like, oh, what if we were all shapes? You know? So as I said at the start, if you want a pocket-sized book that has hugely profound ideas encased in like a very fun, mathsy, sciencey sort of case study, give Flatland a go.